And I'm back with more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last time, we tried to find Mia a lawyer, or Maya, excuse me. Maya a lawyer for Mia's murder. Turns out we're the one doing it. We also found a wiretap in Miss April May's hotel room. So now we're gonna figure out why. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness or it'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed the murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin. If we may call our first witness. The prosecution calls the chief officer to the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir! Name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let us use this floor map to explain. Body was found with a window. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. Murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker that was found right next to the body. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts this statue as evidence. You're still calling it a statue? Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was on the scene, correct? Can you tell us why? Yes, sir. I had evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Well, as soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright, the dude in the spiky hair over there. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. While we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? Couldn't see a single contradiction. Huh? What the? Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Worked loads of times. I should have expected she'd know something. Okay, let's give it a try. Is something the matter? No, I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on just a second. Yeah? If I had heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence you did it, right? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what does this suspicious woman in pink claim as hard evidence? Miss May isn't suspicious. She in pink, pal. Duh. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough. Do you have any more solid proof than her claims, Detective? Well, alright. Yeah! Sorry, got the order stuff mixed up. There was something I should have told you first. Very well. Let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene with my very eyes. I found a memo with a piece of paper written next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results say the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin the cross-examination, I have a question for you. Your Honor, why did you testify about this piece of evidence first? I'm real embarrassed I forgot. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Gumshoe's a lovable dumbass. Anyway. Detective Gumshoe! There's one thing I want you to clarify. You say the victim wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant. That's really what you're saying? Well, what? This ain't one of those lawyer tricks, is it? Of course she wrote it! Who else could have? Well, you got it backwards. The victim's the only person who could have not written it. This is a report from your department. Immediate death due to a blunt force trauma. She died immediately. Ugh. No butting your way out of this. Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but where exactly did you obtain this autopsy report? When? I'm pretty sure it was the day of the murder. You're wrong there, pal. We didn't write an autopsy till later. Oh. The prosecution's point being... The autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from the blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. And that is all. I see! Damn it, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something planned. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? Mr. Edgeworth, heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? The defense will refrain from personal attacks. No matter. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I will submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts this into evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Damn it. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Yeah. Witness? Your name, please. April May! At your service. Order in the court. An introduction will not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is good. She's already captured the hearts of every man in the courtroom. Yeah. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5 when the murder occurred? I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from Fanco Law Office. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court what you saw. It was, 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But the girl got up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Huh. Well, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see the... Wait a minute. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness testimony now is quite firm, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you are a Miss Faye's understudy, do you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults is perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Well, of course I will. I'll gladly proceed. She must have some weakness. Very well, you may begin with your cross-examination. Alright. Okay. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, she had this girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony... Huh? Interesting. Sorry, my phone went off. Well, this testimony stinks! Huh? Miss May, I'm willing to bet you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you'd really witnessed my client, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like that on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert in fashion, but her hairdo looks far from... Ow! Way to endear yourself to... somebody you're defending. I'm expecting Maya to just write another piece of paper, just chuck it in his face right now. His testimony mentions nothing of those things. The testimony's bogus. Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Huh? Ah! What are you trying to say, Mr. Lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think of all the details. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Well, I'm sorry. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn it! I did see everything, I did! The victim, she dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her in the head with the weapon, I saw it, I know she did. That clock, that statue thingy. Well... does it not startle you? Wait, how does she know it's a clock? I'd only wish you'd started with the details from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. How does she know it's a clock? Miss May, what you said just now is quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you want that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said the statue was a clock. But there's no way of knowing it just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this is a clock? Huh? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial matters. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only one. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. If he stopped me, the trial would have been over. What happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How'd you know it was a clock? It's because I heard it. Yeah, I heard it say the time. So you've been in the law offices? No. Hey, I didn't say I went there. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room, silly. The law offices of a Fayin company where the murder took place is very close. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No. No! I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it has become inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look, right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It says the defense says, this clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have run. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Let's see what Edgeworth's gonna do here. Quite a show you've put on so far, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. How'd he know? I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, when was the clockwork removed? It was after the witness heard the clock. Then, there'd be no contradiction. That is true. The clock might have been emptied after she'd heard it. And that's exactly what happened. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Wait, listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. He better remember when he's up for evaluation. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big guy. Let's hear this conversation. So this was from earlier. I think this makes it quite clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time it was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at the hotel. Well, care to explain this? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was it again? I go to so many. Oh, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. Does the defense have any objections? Well, yes. She's seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. A friend of mine made the clock. Only two exist in this entire world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything's sold in stores! Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for... Oh! Oh, that's savage! Oh, excuses not on sale? Oh, shit! Wow, did her boobs grow? Well, her face did. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it! And she's the one who should die for it! She should die! Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. Did I lose it? I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. How did you know the weapon was a clock? Uh-oh. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this? This is it. Your Honor, allow me to explain the truth in this matter. Miss April May, you knew this was a weapon because you'd heard about it. The witness has never held a clock in her hand. However, she'd heard it was a clock. She heard it? That's correct. There's no other way she could have known it was the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's hear it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Oh, Miss April May. You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not? Ugh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure it is. Overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have yet to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can! It's simple. Goddamn screensaver. Here's my proof. Proof the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. Let's see. You used a wiretap to listen on the conversation. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Look at the witness's face. Does she seem normal to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Shut up! All of you! You lawyer! It's not fair! You're ganging up on me! I'm the bad girl? Is that it? Oh God! Crocodile tears now? Now to deal the final blow, huh? Why'd you tap her phone? Answer the question. You were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder even though you were tapping her phone? Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You're probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, huh? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will. Can't be serious. Wait, I say! Wait! And I'm serious! Huh? Okay, so the killing happened around 9, huh? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee? Yeah, you know, like normal coffee but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts. And you'll have regular Yes? Iced coffee? Think I'm making it up? Ask him! Ergo, the witness was not at the scene of the time of the murder. Okay. So where does that leave us? It's my great displeasure to inform you. The witness appears to have been tapping the victim's phone. However, this is a separate crime, with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. They're just gonna let her walk away? Well, does the defense have anything to say? Come on. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What do you mean? What's your reasoning? Because I hold that wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after examining the bellboy, you will then recognize that April May is not the killer, thus innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the guilty verdict for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? Better find something suspicious in that testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What do I do? I've got nothing to lose except everything. Understood. I accept. Huh. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Oh. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Whew. There we go. Oh. Got a break in this case, at least a little bit. And that will do it for me today. We'll continue with day 1, or day 2 technically, of trial 1-2. See you guys next time.